What are we doing? Where do we go? Those are meant to be Secret Service agents. It was an absolute catastrophic disaster. And thankfully, the big boss, the diversity hire who wanted 30% of the Secret Service to be females, has resigned today. Part of that final decision was, I think, engendered by what happened yesterday on Capitol Hill. It was the fiery testimony, a fiery hearing. Here's an example from a congressman from Texas.
How many spent shell casings were found on the roof?
Again, I would have to defer you to the FBI's criminal investigation.
Okay. Word is that the car was rigged with explosives.
Again, sir, I'd have to defer you to the FBI's investigation.
Okay. You're not curious about, you don't communicate with them? No. Okay.
From Texas's 27th Congressional District, that Congressman, Mike Cloud. Welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight with me, Sebastian Gorka.
Well, thank you. Good to be here with you.
So as another congressman said to me offline today, we saw some real oversight yesterday on Capitol Hill. We got Kimberly Cheadle to resign. Are you satisfied? Are your voters in Texas satisfied? Do we expect the president to be safe now, Congressman?
You know, not really. It's a good first step, but that's about all it is. It doesn't answer any of the questions that were asked yesterday, and it doesn't necessarily keep this investigation being any more transparent. So there's a lot of work to be done. It was the right thing for her to resign. As I had said, it was really the only honorable thing she could do at that point, given the circumstances. But happy to see that happen. But yes, there's still so many questions to be answered.
So we have one of the most obvious problems is the excuse she gave about how dangerous the flat roof was on which the want-to-be assassin took aim at President Trump from, a roof that clearly was not dangerous for anyone. If you look at the pictures from the White House or from the counter-sniper in Butler on far more pitched roofs than that one, it clearly is not a problem, and that was an excuse. It's also wonderful to see your colleagues go to Butler and film on the site of the crime scene. How do we proceed? Some have said the Secret Service has proven itself to be not fit for purpose. We should have some private contractors, former SEALs, military professionals, former Green Berets, plus up his detail. Is Congress working on some ideas, some scenarios that can keep President Trump safe?
Sure. Yeah, we certainly need to boost his protection unit. Some of that I hope and I believe is happening already, but there's a lot more work to be done. The Speaker has called for a task force. That would be a good step in the right direction. We expect to vote on it this week, but we need to make sure that the people serving on a task force like that are willing to investigate the investigator, so to speak. They're not just going to take the party line from what gets handed them from these agencies. As we saw, your case in point with the roof, you know, what they're telling us isn't necessarily been true the whole time so far. And we need to make sure that, yes, we're getting the information from the official reports, but we're questioning those as well as we dig into this.
And then what about the question of if there wasn't a conspiracy, the fact that the A-team was taken away from the president's detail, Jill Biden got plussed up by 13 agents, President Trump rarely had counter-snipers on his detail. Is there any remedy for that? I mean, you are the gentlemen and women in charge of oversight. Are you confident the president is now safe?
I am hopeful. I wish I could say I was more confident. You know, that's one of the reasons we came before the committee yesterday, to ask her what was going on. And as you saw, we didn't get many answers at all. You know, this would be tragic to see. It was tragic to see something like this happen, and especially in light of the fact of first of all, the careless planning that went into this. One of the questions I had asked her is if she had signed off on the plan, and her response was, "Oh, I don't sign off on plans, any plans at all." And then when I pressed her on well, who does, I couldn't get a straight answer on that. So those are the kind of things that have got to change to bring accountability to it. But as you mentioned, we're in campaign season right now, and that 60-day deadline she gave us for a report isn't going to work.
That man needs to be protected, the most loved and the most individual in the world today. Congressman Michael Crown of Texas, thank you for joining us. Next up, she wasn't elected by anyone. She was selected. Is she going to make it through? We're going to analyze the new queen of the Democrat Party's ascension, Kamala Harris.